Hi, Kellyanne Matuskiewicz from kellyandcorey.com. And this download's coming through to share in regards to when life sends you a sucker punch, right? Sometimes it feels like they're coming left and right, and you're in the middle of a boxing ring with Mike Tyson, right? Cover your ears. And so I was feeling into this, right? Because the challenges that life brings us, that we bring ourselves, we don't necessarily even have to bring challenges to ourselves. So even ask yourself, do I have a belief that challenges are how I grow? Either way, when challenges come my way, what it's really calling forth for me is self-trust. So when life is sucker punching you, the nervous system, right, your human response is to go into defense, into survival. And so what that does is it kicks up your nervous system and you go into the fight, flight, or freeze mode, right? So all of this energy is being stirred up. Everything is being brought to the surface, right? Because these challenges that we have are really the way that life is guided to support us in releasing the fears that we have inside, because everything boils down to love or fear. And so these life experiences that are challenging, whether it's like, in relationships, or the money isn't coming in, or your courses aren't selling, or your groups aren't filling up, or you go to put your art out or your message or share your healing event and a bunch of insecurities pops up and a lot of stories and fears, and that's what stops you. And so when all of that is coming up, that's when we have the choice point, right? So we have the choice to continue the pattern of being afraid. We have the choice to continue to, let life's challenges create distractions from, what it is that we really want. Let me tune in here because I want to... Yeah, it's like... That's the other point that I wanted to bring across, is that it's about finding that balance of what's true for you, right? So I share these messages and concepts and teachings, and it's important for you to just take what resonates for you and leave the rest. But one of my super crafty magical tricks is unfucking your mind and teaching you how to unfuck your own mind. And so when these challenges come, now the nervous system is kicked off. Our mind is going into fight, flight, or survival. And this is where it's like, with the understanding that I'm bringing through for you today, is that that's all of that stuff that is coming up, right? It's triggering your nervous system. It's energy. And it's about what you do with that at that point in time, right? So do you go so many of us, we just try to manage fear because we know how to control fear. We know how to control ourselves in the spaces that we feel afraid. Or, this is what I want you to take away from today, is self-trust. Have you developed a relationship with yourself so deeply that you can trust yourself, what's unfolding, the choices that you make, knowing that they are exactly right and they're going to lead you? Because isn't the fear of choosing one of the things that keeps you in the limbo, that keeps you in the pattern? And what happens is that when we're not making choices that are going to get us beyond, we stay in the same rut, we stay in the same pattern, and then life keeps creating these challenges and experiences so that we can let go of the fears, we can let go of the limitation, So we can powerfully choose. I am the creator of my experience right now, and I am creating it through the choices that I'm making. So I can take a look at what is happening as something is happening to me, or I can look at it as something is happening for me. And working with that energy that comes up and putting it towards something more you want to create, putting it towards more of what you want your experience to be, what you are choosing, right? Are you choosing love or fear, right? Are you choosing, Course in Miracles says, I can choose peace instead of this. Are you choosing peace, or are you choosing a fight, right? Because the fearful parts of us will want to fight, like a caged animal, right? Or an animal that's going to be attacked. Like we want to fight and we want to defend. And so what's underneath all of that, right? Underneath all of the experiences that come to support you in releasing the fear, when you've gotten to the inside part, where you've gotten to the cellular level where you're still holding on to fear or stories or limitations or lack, when you release that, you stop creating the experiences that are a resonance to it, right? So if you think about it this way, is like when you're worried about not having enough money, how often do you end up like creating that for yourself? When you are, thinking about how you're not in a relationship, right? There's an energy and a consciousness that's aligned with not having the thing. When you are, letting your mind tell you stories about being insecure, not enough, when it comes to sharing your art or your message, or even who you are, like showing up like as you are, then life is going to bring you, so when you're in those mind frames, right? That's what your consciousness is saying. That's what your energy is saying. And then you attract those experiences to you. And here's the thing. The choices that you need to make to get yourself out of where you are going to be very different than the ones that have you where you are. And so there might be unknown to you. You might not know if the choice that you make or the options that are available are going to pan out, if they're going to work out. And this is when we go to the thing that we know the most, which is the fear. And so this is where self-trust comes in. You, just as you have that energy inside you that's like resonating with like lack and limitation and fear, you also have within you an access to the energy of, love, expansion, support, abundance. But it's like, where are you choosing to put your mind towards? So again, it's like when you have these challenges, your system goes into survival mode, and then that's when your mind kicks in. And so there's this process of when all of that is happening, that you have the opportunity to make empowering choices for yourself to go in another direction. Therefore, all of this energy that's been cultivated up and put it towards your creation. And, trusting yourself that